think this one's about pride. They just reminded me, they had shown me something last night, and it was like, it looked like leapfrog at first or something like this, where it was like a couple had gotten together, and he was further along, like more advanced or elevated or ascended or mature. And he helped pull her up. And it's like she did her work and healed and progressed and so forth. And so at first I thought they were just showing me, I mean, these are typical dynamics in a lot of relationships, right? Like we help one another grow. But then they showed her, I guess, continuing to grow, continuing to heal, continuing to elevate, to mature, so forth. But he was, I guess, stuck or stagnant. But it wasn't that. It was that she had, this was when they started showing leaping. Like she had leaped over him and was much further along, but she was then trying to assist him up and pull him up. And that's why I think it's about pride, because they were showing his, it was like disbelief or anger or something like, how can you help me up? I helped you up. Something like this, right? Like it was like, I guess he thought, I'm just realizing this now, maybe he thought he was the top of the heap, right? It was like it made him feel good that he was better than her, right? Which is that's not love, but something like that. And so because she did love him and wanted to help him further along, and that's the idea. They're showing leaping again, like everybody continues to leap, like you help one another up and over, up and over, up. But I guess it's like the idea of invest in one another, love one another, care for one another, grow together. And the best I can verbalize it is pride. Like it was like angering him, or he didn't want her help. He didn't want to leap up because he wasn't looking like he wasn't up. Or like he was looking at like he didn't have any growth to do. He didn't have any maturity to do. He didn't have any healing to do, right? Which is just funny because we all do. We all are growing all the time, but he was resistant to, I guess, that change or that awareness, and certainly not from her because he had helped her. And so this is why I think it's pride, right? Like it was just too much for his ego to take. And maybe I'm wrong on the translation. I thought it was a romantic one, in which case it's beautiful, but he didn't take it that way. This is why it's like he couldn't get over himself. Yeah, something like this. So I don't really know how that translates, if that was a community one where it's we all... I really don't know. It's like, I guess, check your pride, but it's also that, I guess, unfortunately, that can happen at times when you're in relationships where the idea is to help one another grow, and sometimes you're above and sometimes you're below. And that's all beautiful when there's true love there, because then it's like ease the growing pains, so to speak, when it's in a loving environment. And yet what, right? Like it's, in this scene, it does give it gave the impression like there is an end point. Like at some point, at the end, they had shown him like folding his arms. He was like refusing to budge and refusing to move. And she kept standing there with her hand out, and he just wasn't having it. And so I guess it's like at some point you have to recognize that like she was going to then keep herself stagnant. She was going to keep herself stuck if she remained any longer. Like she had already kept herself stagnant and stuck for so long, understanding his stuckness, stubbornness, and inability to grow, or willingness to grow and mature because he didn't think he needed to. And so the reason I'm confused on the exact message they're sending me is because it almost feels like giving up hope on another, and that is definitely not a message from unconditional love. It's not that. It's like loving yourself too, and knowing that fine balance where it's like you can't stay stuck and stagnant forever. At some point, you have to realize, oh, okay, maybe that's what they're showing. They're showing like a balance beam now. So I think it's like the idea of you have to recognize it's not fine. Forgive all how I'm verbalizing all this, but I was going to say it's fine to stay as long as you're balanced and you're on the upper end of the scale, and you're not letting it affect your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual state, right? Like as long as you're not allowing the outside to take hold of your inside, then of course you can hold on unconditional love forever, right? The other person doesn't need to do anything. But when that other person does begin to affect your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual state, then you need to start to, consider some things, right? Like, because then you're both just going down. Yeah, interesting. They're showing now like both arms open, the woman's both arms open, but also flying away. So I don't know. That's interesting. Okay, so they're showing him now, and it's like he sees her flying away, and so his arms have dropped down. So he's no longer folded, so I guess he's no longer stubborn. But I don't know what this scene is, but it's too late. She's already flying away. She's already flown away. So what are you saying? Like, don't wait until it's too late. Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to say I don't like this message. Only because, you know why? It's like sometimes it can be good reminders for people. Somebody could hear this and they'll be like, that's what I needed to hear. I'm not going to wait until it's too late. I'm going to go after what I want and drop my pride, drop my ego, drop my nonsense. Other times for those who are coming from their heart space and think this message is for them, they could get, it's like worried or not sure what to do, or like cause them stagnation. Really important to always decide if what you're hearing is benefiting you, if it feels good, right? Like, not even if the message, like it's like, don't put every message on yourself, right? I do that at times. I used to do that way too much. Like everything, that's coming from your ego. Everything's about you. But it's also sometimes was coming from a good place. Like you want to take accountability and responsibility. So I get that too, but that's also, it can be coming from the ego. So it's that fine line. You got to be careful. I'm still not always sure why they even show me these visions. Okay. They're saying, like, first and foremost, definitely always love yourself, always honor yourself, always make sure you're aligned. And if you find that you're unable to stay aligned based on exterior, then it's, still work to do for you on interior. And set yourself up for success. Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.